Hello everybody, how is it going? I hope you're all doing well and having a very nice day. And welcome back to another video on the channel and another review, this time of a lovely Hornby electric locomotive in the form of the Class 87 in Intercity Swallow livery. Now, it's been quite a while since I did a Hornby review. I think when I checked it was about 6 months. I've been doing a lot of Backman recently, but here I am with Hornby, and I've been wanting a Class 87 from them for quite some time. Originally I wanted it in the Virgin Trains livery, because I think I love the Virgin Trains livery of the Class 87, with the black ends, the red sides and then the white stripes. Looks brilliant with a rake of Mark IIIs and a DVT at the end, but I decided to go for Intercity instead, because we've got an Intercity Executive HST, and I thought, well, let's get us something in Swallow livery to pair with it. And also, I saw this in a model shop, and I wanted to get it. I saw this in the model shop at Buckfastleigh station on the South Devon Railway when I went on holiday to Devon last August, September, around that time. I visited both the South Devon Railway and the Paignton to Dartmouth Steam Railway. Both fantastic heritage railways. Link up there for both of those videos if you want to watch them. But yeah, picked this up, and I believe it was around the 140-ish mark. I can't remember exactly, but I believe it was around that sort of price range. Fantastic model shop. They got a Buckfastleigh station. We were in there for ages. We had about an hour and a half to kill before our next train. I was in there for ages trying to decide what train, and I had to only get one train. I couldn't get more than one train or model, so I ended up going for this one because I've been wanting one of these for quite some time. Anyway, without further ado, let's have a look at the product code. The product code is, when it focuses, R3582, Intercity Class 87, King Arthur number 87010, and you can see it's DCC ready. On the back, we have a plethora of information regarding the prototype. Also, as usual, down in the description, there will be some history and a link to the Wikipedia page if you want to go read some more. And here you can see the drawings of when it was tooled, and the tooling date is 2016 this was tooled. You can just see there, 2016 it was tooled. So, pretty decent. Nothing else on the box, just got the product code there upside down. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right on into it. So take the outer sleeve off, and here we get our first glimpse. And I do love the Intercity livery, one of my personal favourite liveries of the past. So let's flip it upside down and gently lift out like that. Now, here we have some the instructions and also some small card squares. These will come apparent later, therefore helping me take the body off, because this is secured by clips and not screws. Would have preferred screws because I just prefer them. They seem to be more sturdy, but clips it is. Anyway, let's get that fitted right and open the instructions out. On which side are they? Here we go. Class 87, Bobo electric locomotive, DCC ready, DCC fitted, sound operated and maintenance instructions. So as usual, have your general routine maintenance, DCC ready, running hints. So it does say, does it mention here about a running in time? Let's just have a look. No, doesn't appear to say so. So on the inside, and I'm chucking it everywhere. On the inside, we have first off lubrication points, body removal, and you can see there are 2 clips at either end by the front axle of each bogie, and then one in the centre of the body, and it lifts off nice like that. Accessories, small accessory bag, and the Pantograph. Now, those of you who have Hornby electrics, either this or any other ones, you will know that their pantographs, let's say, aren't the best. They're very flimsy. and I'm going to be honest, it broke on this one. It did break. I was being as careful as I could, following the instructions. Just as I lifted it up, it came off, and I couldn't get it back on because it snapped. And like I mentioned, I was being super gentle. I mean, you need to be with, and it just completely came off. I've ordered another one. Whether that will have the exact same issues, I don't know. You will see part of it in the detail pack. I left it in there. But yeah, be wary. The pantographs on this are very flimsy. Anyway, day/night switch and DCC ready /sound, all that good stuff. And then on the back, spare parts and service, television suppression, and safety notes. So that's all that good stuff. Let's just put the card bits back in there. And now let's take this outer sleeve off. And here we have attached nameplates using blue tack. So we have some lovely etched nameplates there. Come on, focus. Hang on, focus on the hand. Focus on the hand. Focus on the nameplates. No, you're not gonna. You don't want to be helpful today. There we go. King Arthur. Some lovely etched nameplates for us there. And here is the detail pack, which, as you can see, has the blanking plate in it. And there you can see part of the pantograph in there. Also got a spare coupling and some other various details. It's not the biggest detail pack, but you do have some nice little bits to fit yourself. So I'll glue that back down, put the nameplates back on. Boom, take it out, and I have actually just remembered one thing with the pantograph. Let's move that out of the way. So you can see where it is located on top of the body. What the pantograph has, it has some sort of like hooks that hook on. You can probably just see a very small bit of plastic that runs in between there. It hooks on, and one of those hooks also bent, which I noticed. So the overall pantograph snapped, but one of the hooks, it wasn't. The best way to describe, I'm trying to describe it with my finger. It wasn't more of a hook, it sort of bent outwards a bit. So one side it hooked on, and the other side it was just loose. And yeah, tried to solve that, and that's when it snapped. Very flimsy, as I mentioned. Definitely be careful. So yeah, ordered a new one in the post, so hopefully that won't be too long. But I wanted to get the review done anyway, and I thought actually if I mention the pantograph being flimsy, because I've watched videos of these before, of this particular model of a locomotive, not just in the Intercity livery, and the other liveries they did, and everyone else, well not everyone, but most people in those different reviews say that it's very flimsy, and I understand why. So I'm going to say the exact same things. Be careful with the pantograph because it is very flimsy. But yeah, here it is in all its fantastic Intercity glory. I do love the Intercity livery. Such a sleek, modern and dignified livery. Really nice. So without further ado, let's change the camera, get it down to a slightly lower angle, and let's take a look at her in some more detail. So here we are at a lower down angle, ready to take a look at her in some more detail. And as usual, I'm going to start at the front and work my way backwards. So the first thing to note is this lovely orange banding, which goes all around the top and all the way down the length. Can't see any imperfections there, but there are a couple of imperfections here. And I think when I had a close-up, there's not on every corner, but on at least 2 other corners, same issue. So that, however, is the only imperfection I can see in the paintwork, but we'll come around to that in a moment. We have some separately fitted windscreen wipers, and we have a nice interior. It is just picked out in grey, so it might be quite nice to possibly get hold of some figures to fit in there. We've got a separately fitted and separately painted white handrail as well. And then we've got all the detail down here. We've got the different lights and the wires picked out in black and the ends in orange, which is very nice. Then we have some sprung buffers as usual, and we also have a little bit of detail down there picked out in orange as well. Moving along the sides of the body, down here we have the running number 87010, and we also have some separately fitted what look like metal handrails. Are they metal or are they just very convincing plastic? They might just be very convincing plastic, but they've used a silver paint that does make them look really realistic. You know, actually, I can't actually tell if they are metal or not, because on camera they look metal. You know, I really can't tell. That's really bizarre. Anyway, continuing on, the paint job on this is really, really nice. The lining, not the line, the line between the yellow and the different colours of the white, red and black, really perfect and crisp, no imperfections. There you can see the little nick in the orange there, but like I said, that is the only bit I can find. There's no imperfection between the white, the red, the white strip again, and the black. Can't see anything wrong with it whatsoever. Fantastically applied. Also got some more detail, printed detail there as well. Moving on to the bogies, you can see various bits of detail picked out in white, which is very, very nice. Continuing along the side, we have the lovely Swallow emblem, lovely there, and the Intercities in capitals and italics as well. Moving along, we've also got another piece of detail here picked out in orange, and another piece there picked out in white. And same with this bogie here, all the detail picked out in white, along with the nameplate here, King Arthur. I think I might add the etched nameplates, come to think of it, because I haven't actually got any locos, I believe, with etched nameplates. I've got locos that have come with them, but I don't actually believe I fitted any. Continuing down this end, the same details as well, the very convincing separately fitted handrails. I can't decide whether they are metal or not, because they look metal from a distance. When I look closer up, I'm not too sure. But anyway, really, really nice. Same detail on the front as the other end. Perfect. The handrail, there is a slight nick there, and actually that looks to be a bit, it's just come out of its slot, or right, that's something I'm gonna have to fix. And this isn't the first time actually I've noticed some handrails from Hornby. They do tend to use a flimsy plastic. On a few of my Steam locos, sometimes they've used this sort of flimsy plastic for the reversing rod, and a metal reversing rod is so much better. Yeah, Hornby do occasionally use this flimsy plastic for different detail. I won't fiddle with that anymore because I don't want to make it worse, but that is something I'm going to have to repair. But yeah, detail all the same, sprung buffers, really, really nice. And moving on to the top as well, you have all the detail for the electrical system. So you have all the different wires picked out in orange. Not really sure what you call these burgundy bits there. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're all obviously to do with the electricity, but they're nice, and I presume that, yeah, they're separately fitted and nicely separately painted. Can't get my words out. We've got what looks here to be some sort of storage box, or maybe it's something to do with the electrical system. And also here where the really flimsy pantograph goes. Hang on, I've just realised actually I've looked at the camera and not really showing you much. Let me put it on its side briefly. So yeah, got what I presume looks like a storage box or something to do with electricals, and then also where the pantograph goes as well. But yeah, the detail is really, really nice. Considering there isn't a huge amount of separately fitted detail to be given on this, apart from, say, the windscreen wipers, these handrails here, and all the detail on the top, it is a fantastic model. Just check the other handrails, not got the same issue. But the main focus point, I think, for this It's very much like the Bachmann Class 159 I reviewed about a month, 2 months ago now. The livery is just exceptional. Perfect application, no imperfections whatsoever between the black, the white and the red and the yellow at the ends. Just the only slight imperfections are the little nicks on the orange there. So there's one there, one, is that one there or is that part of the detail? I can't tell. No, I think that is a slight imperfection just there. Hang on, focus, there we go. What about on the other side? Yep, same again there, slight little bit of damage. Oh no, and there is a little bit there as well. So it seems that the exact same areas on the model seem to get the same issues, but that is the only issue, is those 4 little nicks. The rest of it is just fantastic. Really, really, really good. Lovely detail, delivery, perfect. But now, let's get the body off and take a look at her mechanism. Right, so here we are. I was going to time-lapse it, but I decided to stop the time-lapse because it was just going to be easier to do it without a camera. But you can see I've got these 6 different pieces. I cut out a new bit of card, put them in the place where the clips are. So now, just like that. Oh, there's one. Oh, there we go. Ah, it's disengaged there. Just like that. They come out. Perfect. Oh, there we go. So you can see, just by looking in the body shell, we have some spring-loaded or spring contacts to work the headlights. I don't normally do this, but I'm just pausing the video to question something. I mentioned how there are copper springs which connect to those small little copper squares on the circuit board for the headlights. However, you can just about see that from where those copper pads are, there are wires going to some LEDs, which is what the headlights are for. So I'm not actually too sure what the springs are for, because there are wires leading from the spring into the roof of the cab, as if there would be cab headlights or cab lights, but there isn't. So if any of you actually know what the spring does, it'd be greatly appreciated if you could let me know. But anyway, let's get quickly back on with the final bit of the mechanism. Which is very nice. Here you can see the 8-pin DCC decoder, and underneath here you can't see the motor. You can, just by looking down there, see very faintly the outline of a flywheel. So yeah, pretty certain, in fact, yeah, I'm 99% sure. There you can just see the flywheel. 99% sure this is a 5-pole motor with dual flywheels. Hornby's locos of this tend to be 5-pole with dual flywheels. Their diesels and their electric locos all seem to be very much like that. Focus. Now, one thing, I don't know if this is something with the models, but one thing I noticed with this when I took it off the first time, the lights, and you can see here, the lights aren't actually glued in. They're just held in place by the body. Once the body's on, you can't move them. But you can see the lights like to get very loose, and I have had them end up falling out, and then trying to fit it is rather annoying. But you do get this opportunity just to have a look at where the clips are. So you can see there's one there, like they are above the front axle of each bogie, in the centre, and the same down here. Perfect. And you can see on the logo body as well where the clips are. There, there, and there. Now the chassis is very, very much chipped. Some of those could be me when trying to get the body off, but I do remember the first time there were quite a few chips in the metal anyway. So you might find yours has a few chips when you take a look. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter because it's all hidden underneath the body shell. But You might find you have some chips as well, just when you take the body off. So, without further ado, I now believe it is time we go down to the layout and have a look at her running with some coaches. Sadly, I haven't got any Swallow coaches. I have got some on order, but I haven't got any yet. So I will be running her with the executive coaches, but nah, it don't matter, do it? It don't matter. So, I'll get the body back on, and then I'll see you down at the layout very soon. Right, so here we are down at the railway. I've got the Class 87 set up just in front of the points, ready for the first performance test of the video. So as usual, I'm going to start off with the slow speed test. Test out the smoothness, see how good it is at different speeds, see what the gearing's like, whether it looks prototypical at full power, at half power, whether it looks like whether it's maybe too slow or too fast for the speed, and then also the manoeuvrability test over the points. So to start off with, I'm just going to nudge the controller up ever so slightly. There we go, that is... Can I get it any slower? Yes, I can actually. There we go, that is as slow as it goes. Really, really nice slow speed, and it's really, really smooth. Now it's going over the points where some locos and models cut out, and it's not seeming to do so. This does have all-wheel pickup and all-wheel power, which you do normally expect from a modern day diesel or electric is what I was meant to say, not Hornby, because I know I've got quite a few Bachmann ones as well that have the exact same mechanisms where all wheels pick up and all wheels are powered for good, reliable running. Let's send it going back in the other direction. And again in the reverse, slow speed, absolutely fantastic, really, really good. Super smooth, no cutting out, no derailing, brilliant. Let's up the speed a bit. Really, really smooth. Change direction. Bit faster. Yep, really rather good. Right, let's get it backwards at half speed, see how that looks. Oh, and it's just connected up to the coaches. Oh dear. Right, give me a moment, guys. I'll quickly uncouple from the coaches again, and I'll be back. Well, at least we know it couples up to the coaches perfectly well. But as I was saying, let's get it back up to half speed and see how it looks. Yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. These were high-speed express locos, so they did go quite fast. Maybe it's a tad slow at half speed. Let's have a go at it at full speed. Have it going backwards, full speed. Here we go. Let's see what that looks like. Just move the coaches so it doesn't connect up to them again. It does take a while to slow down. Yeah, I'd say that's not too bad actually. It's quite a decent speed. Quite fast. And I will quickly just show you how long it takes to slow down. So I'll cut power or stop it at full speed. Like, turn the nozzle down, and it is really rather smooth. And that's thanks to those two rather chunky looking flywheels. As soon as you turn the controller from full speed down to no or just zero, some locos they stop dead, but this one, because it's got two flywheels, they cause it to slow down a bit slower. So let me just have it going backwards at full speed. Obviously you can't see it on camera at the moment, but set it backwards full speed and then forwards, and by the time it stops it's off screen. Right, do it again, cut power now, and straight away, again, you can't see. And again, I'll cut power. There we go. You can see those two flywheels causing it to slow down, which I really like. It's much more prototypical and realistic. Trains, obviously, if you suddenly stopped the acceleration, it would not just stop dead. Anyway, let's do the manoeuvrability over the points. Can't see why this won't be able to do it. It's not like it's a long loco. The points aren't that bad, but you never know. Let's get it going at a moderate speed. Relatively slow. Yep. No issues whatsoever. Didn't think there would be any issues. Hang on, focus. Yep, no issues going over the points whatsoever. Really nice and smooth. No derailments, no cutting out. Perfect. Okay, right. Let's get it back onto the outside track. Switch the points. And then we can go and get it connected up to some coaches. So reverse. And then I'll be back in a moment when it's connected to the coaches. So as I mentioned earlier, I don't have any Swallow coaches. I've got some on order, but for now I wanted to get the review done. So for now, it's just going to have to run with some executive coaches, Mark IIIs from the HST set, which they still don't look bad because it is so fairly similar livery. However, the white of the loco and the cream of the coaches doesn't completely match up, but I think it looks good enough. Yeah, it may not be completely accurate, but I don't think it looks too bad with the executive coaches. I have got the consist as well set up in the correct way, because when these ran on the West Coast main line, the loco was always at the north end, unless it didn't have a DVT, in which the loco would then go to the London end. But if they had a DVTs like these quite often had, it was a rake of about 8 or 9 Mark IIIs and a driving van trailer at the back. The driving van trailer always faced the London end, and at the London end of the train was where the first class is. So you can see that although there isn't a DVT, the first class is at the back of the train, which would be the end that faces London. But without further ado, let's get it right up to full speed, and let's go around the layout and have a look at her running with at some various angles with some music. Right, so I do hope you enjoyed those various alternative angles around the layout with some music. But before I get on and conclude the video, here are my ratings for Hornby's lovely Class 87. So here we are with my ratings for Hornby's Class 87. Starting off with detail, I'm going to give 4 stars.
Overall, the detail is fantastic. The livery application is brilliant. There's a good number of separately fitted parts, good number of separately painted parts as well. The only part that loses a star is the pantograph. I have seen, as I mentioned, so many different people saying that the pantographs are really, really flimsy. Part of it breaking off probably can be blamed on me, but I'm not the only one who has had problems with them breaking. So, and because the pantograph is a pretty integral part of an electric loco, that's just why I've knocked the star off. For mechanism, 5 stars. It's got a 5-pole motor, it's got 2 flywheels, all-wheel pickup, all-wheel drive. What more can you ask for? And that reflects perfectly in the performance, which is also 5 stars. It didn't derail, it didn't cut out on anything. Fantastic slow speed, really, really smooth. Just overall, the performance was fantastic. Now, the value for this, I took a little bit of time deciding over what I was going to give it, because normally for a model with this RRP I would give it 3 stars. However, if you do shop around, you can find some good deals, and also it is such a good model, I thought I'll bump it up to 4 stars. But currently on Hornby's website, the RRP is £217.99. That's for the current version. Now, I believe they are the same tooling, however, they have updated the DCC socket. So my one that was released in, I believe, 2018 has an 8-pin socket. However, the 2 they released in the Intercity Executive, which is City of Birmingham, and the City of Glasgow in the large logo grey, they both have 21-pin DCC sockets. So they've updated the DCC socket, but it's the same tooling. However, if you shop around, for example, here at Hatton's, they have the current 2 available, but also they have the 2018 release of the BREL one for £170. The newer version down from £217.99 to £196.19. And you can see 2023 21-pin DCC version compared to the 2018 8-pin. Tooling is the same, just updated DCC. So 170 is roughly what you would be looking to pay for the version I've got, roughly. As here on Olivia's Trains, you can see 87010, the one I've got in King Arthur in Intercity Swallow livery, £171. And they also have the BR Blue one for the same price, and they also have the Virgin one, Winston Churchill, which was the one I was originally thinking of getting. They also do have the newer version, however they're pricing them at £218, which is the same as the RRP, and I would have thought, this being a retailer, they would price it lower, but anyway. However, Cunningham Model Rail Centre also have them available for £196.99. If you shop around, you can get a good deal. If you want the exact one I've got, the best one to go, I'd say it's Olivia's Trains for £171. Or if you want the newer versions, definitely go with the retailers. Don't go with Hornby direct. However, that does give it a very respectable score of 18 out of 20, which is really rather good. And I highly, highly recommend getting one.
And there we have it, Hornby's fantastic Class 87 in the Intercity Swallow livery. As you can probably tell, I really, really love this thing by my ratings, but let me know what you think of it yourself and whether you might consider picking one up. Thank you very much for watching, it is greatly appreciated. Feel free to leave a like and feel free to subscribe if you want to. But until my next review, that is me signing off. Look forward to seeing you then. Take care everybody, see you down the line.